You're Eastering today.
I am. What are y'all doing?
Well, I'm heading over to see my sister who flew in surprise her mom who just had a birthday yesterday.
Where's your sister live?
Concord. Wait, what is your question? Ariel's currently living in Colorado.
Oh, that sister.
Yeah,
you
that's
have
the
two
one.
sisters.
Yeah.
Got it. She flew in to surprise who?
Barbara.
Oh. I thought you said your mom.
Nope, my stepmom.
Gosh. I'm old. I can't understand what people are saying anymore.
I know. I try to tell you that, but you never understand.
And you're so much younger, so.
I am. It's really nice being youthful.
Yeah, what's that like?
It's pretty great.
Yeah?
I understand stuff. I don't know.
You can hear really well and you have a lot of energy.
What?
Exactly.
Dude, my hearing is getting worse and worse every freaking day.
Every day?
It's getting pretty bad.
Well, mine's great. All that going to loud rock shows and playing loud rock music didn't bother my ears at all.
Really?
Yeah. I think it made them
So
strong.
lying or not?
I'm lying.
No. I believe that.
I have like different alarms on my phone for stuff, and it'll be in my pocket, and people will be like, "Your alarm's going off."
Yeah.
And I never hear it.
That's great. People look at you like you're bonkers.
Yeah.
So my father-in-law, who also has he's got really bad hearing. Like he's got hearing aids he doesn't like to wear. But when he wears them, he can hear perfectly fine. But now he's like, where he kind of doesn't want to put them in sometimes because he doesn't want to hear people. So
This is Mike Bartholomew, right?
No, my father-in-law. Christina's dad.
Oh, Christina's dad. Oh, that's right.
So he has on his phone, whenever the alarm goes off, the light flashes, the flashlight on the back
Sure.
starts blinking. But he always puts his phone in his shirt, in his shirt pocket. So we'll be hanging out, and all of a sudden this light will start blinking off in his shirt, and I'll be like, "Oh, your alarm's going off," and he's like, "Oh, shoot."
Yeah, I worked with this guy that was deaf, and no one told us he was deaf, so we just thought he was an asshole. But he would just ignore us, and then we found out. I mean, he wasn't totally deaf, but mostly deaf. And he said that he didn't like turning his hearing aid on because there was so many noise.
Because it was what?
There was so many noise.
Gotcha.
So
yeah. Okay.
he would turn it off so it would be peaceful and quiet, and he didn't hear anything.
That's funny.
Even while he was working.
I mean, good for him, I guess. But he had thoughts and feelings about it. That's interesting.
There were thoughts and there were feelings.
Whoa.
How are you celebrating the day the Lord is risen?
So I hung out with the kids and Christina this morning, and kids opened their Easter baskets. We got candy and some toys, and then we dyed some eggs and made food and watched some TV and listened to music and played and super chill.
So you had a full day.
Yeah. Now I'm going to see Ariel and Barbara and maybe Brandon if he's awake.
Did you say you watched a movie or show today or something?
Yeah, we watched the last 3 episodes of a show called Kipo.
Spell that?
Kipo, Kipo.
Kipo. All right.
Oh, Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast. Cartoon. Super great though. The music's amazing in it.
What kind of like genre?
Dystopian future. Like animals have taken over the world and are running it, and all the humans are hiding underground.
Okay. And where do you watch it at?
On Netflix.
Okay. Kipo.
Kipo.
Did I pronounce it right? Kipo.
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 All right. How many seasons?
There's only 3 seasons, and there's only 10 episodes per season.
Okay. That's digestible.
Yeah, we smoked through it pretty fast.
Damn. And we've started X-Files, Key and Peele. We're still trying to finish 30 Rock and Modern Family.
Wait, what was that one before it? 30 Rock?
Key and Peele.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's funny.
I mean, I've heard they're pretty hilarious. I've seen some of the sketches, and I found them humorous and full of laughter and guffaws.
You guffawed?
Oh, I guffawed.
You guffawed down?
Yeah.
It's interesting to watch because I've seen his horror movies, and now going back to watch the show, there's a lot of like horror elements in it. Like,
Sure.
even, and I don't know if he's working on this, but that new movie that's like like the magical black character or something. That's not the name of it, but it's called something like that.
Oh yeah. Magical Negroes.
Yeah. I don't know if he has anything to do with that, but they had a sketch about that, and then right after I saw that sketch, which, like 10, 15 years old, I saw a preview for that movie. But it's interesting to watch the show because it's not like it's a comedy show, but there'll be these elements. So you could tell, like, he'd been wanting to do horror.
I mean, he's a pretty great director. I've seen 2 of his movies, and they were awesome.
Yeah, I think I've seen. He has how many movies? 3 or more?
I think there's 3 that I know of for sure. I think he's produced some.
Did he direct the new Candyman or produce it or something?
I think he produced that. I don't think he directed it.
Okay, yeah, I've seen his movies, and we're almost done with all the Twilight Zone episodes.
Right on, are those pretty good? I haven't watched any of those.
Some of them, I mean, they're all like pretty entertaining, even if they're not great, just because the way the premise of like a Twilight Zone is set up is like you're trying to figure out what's going to happen next and the ending, and
right.
So you're kind of engaged regardless. Like even some of the 80s Twilight Zone I still like enjoy, but I don't know. I mean, I like that you can watch an episode and skip around and you don't have to watch it in order. But there's only, I don't know, I think there's 2 seasons with like around 10 episodes each. And there's probably, there's only 2 or 3 that I really liked a lot. And then most of them are pretty good. And then a few I didn't really like, but there definitely was some good ones in there for sure.
Right on. Not as good as Rod, though.
As Ross?
Rod Sterling.
Rod. Yeah, no, I mean, Rod, I don't know, I can't think of, when Jordan Peele comes on to introduce it, I always think, like, who could replace Rod Serling? Because he kind of, that was his thing. He had a certain type of personality. There's not really anyone that could replace him.
Sure.
You know? But, I mean, Jordan Peele's fine. But, yeah, it was funny. I was just watching some interviews about with Dave Chappelle, and it was right while we started watching Key and Peele, and he would always joke how, like, he like quit Hollywood and moved to Ohio or whatever, and then he had to watch Key and Peele like steal his, like, basically do his show.
Yeah.
It's kind of set up like that, you know, like Dave Chappelle comes on stage, he riffs a little bit, and then they go into a sketch, and it's like, you know, black humor, as they say. But I think it's still it's a good show, worth a watch.
I've heard it's great, dude.
Yeah, I think it's on. I forget where it's on, but I think it's on like HBO and Hulu.
Oh yeah, okay. Comedy Central or something.
Well, I don't have Comedy Central, but it's on. It's on two of the streaming services we have.
That Comedy Central stuff was on HBO. Maybe not. No, Comedy Central stuff might be on Paramount. I don't know. There's so many things, so many places, dude.
But wasn't Chappelle's show on Netflix? And that was Comedy Central, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm still trying to finish Cheers.
Whoa. Did it get harder to enjoy when What's Her Butt showed up?
Kirstie Alley?
Yeah.
You didn't like her?
No, I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of liked the other chick better.
It's funny you say that. It's weird. It's weird watching Cheers because, like, when you think of Cheers, you think of like Woody, and like I remember hearing more about Diane. Yeah, Norm, of course. But like the first 3 years, like Norm and Frasier, I mean Woody and Frasier aren't on the show.
Right. Yeah. I knew they came on later.
Yeah, and like Diane's great and all. It's funny you mentioned Kirstie though, because I just got to the part where she's on the show.
Okay.
She's only been on 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And it feels like a really weird choice they made. I mean, maybe it gets better, but then when you look at the ratings, like they were still, I think, the ratings were still really good at this point. Because, like, I think beginning of season 5 or 6, she comes on, and then they have another 5 seasons.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the show lasts for, 11 years or something?
I think so. So, yeah, it is, like, I will say the first 2 or 3 episodes that she's on there, I'm like, why did they choose her? Like, there's nothing really interesting about her. She's just, like, kind of like a typical boss. There's nothing like, but something interesting about it, I didn't remember this part. The season before, Sam sells the bar because he and Diane are having issues, and he goes and lives on a boat. And so the first episode, he comes back, and it's like a corporation owns the bar, and he has to get his job back.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
And Coach, how long was Coach on there? Was he only on there for a couple seasons before he died?
Yeah, so he was on there. He died right before the end of the 3rd season.
Okay.
And they had, I think he's still in a few episodes because they had some footage of him.
Okay.
Where they got some scenes or something.
Yeah.
But basically, like he died in real life, and then they start next season with Woody coming in.
Right.
And I think they just use this. It's like the exact same character. basically, like the same style
Coach
joke.
Woody is his name?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, they're both
the younger version of Coach.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess he was having a lot of issues and like not very remembering his lines, and he was like an alcoholic years earlier, and
Gotcha.
his heart was bad. But he was in like he was in some classic movie, like a Scorsese film or something before he died, like Raging Bull or something like that.
Right on.
But Coach is like might be my favorite or second favorite character on Cheers. Like,
whoa.
It was weird because the first 3 seasons, like, the ratings weren't that great, and the show's like good, but it wasn't, you know, what it became once Frasier and Woody were on there. But it's weird the transition from Coach to Woody, because Coach those first 3 years was my favorite part, and then he's gone and the show changes. And so even though that 4th season was like their biggest season, I think at that point, it took a while for me to get into that season because I was so used to Coach, and it felt weird with him gone.
Yeah. When I was a kid and I knew about Cheers, like I didn't really know enough about it until later, like after Kirstie Alley was on the show. Like those seasons are the ones I really remember. I never really, like sometimes in reruns I'd watch him, and like it'd be the ones with Diane or whatever. I'd be like, oh, this is weird. It's totally different. I don't understand. But I've never watched the show all the way through.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's especially the first 3 or 4 seasons. It almost all takes place in the bar, so it's basically like a you're watching a play or something on stage.
Sure. Yeah.
And you finish and you're like, oh, holy shit! Like there was hardly any cuts in there. Like they probably did a few minutes at a time, which is very different than like, you know, The Office or something like that.
Right. Well, and like Christina and I were talking about like filming in front of live studio audiences, like how I talked about how I don't like live laugh tracks because it's usually like bad sitcoms that need laugh tracks. But if it's like in front of a live studio audience, she's like, well, that's sort of like a play, right? Like people are sitting there watching it happen, so they're actually laughing at things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's funny too because you can tell there were parts where like there was a part where Diane started laughing in a place you could tell she wasn't supposed to, but they just left it in because everything else about the scene was fine, and it was like very quick. Like they cut to a different person right after.
Yeah.
And then there's a few scenes where like the blocking is off, so like someone's kind of blocking the view of the camera, so you can't really see the person as well, and then they cut to someone else. Like stuff like that you know, if it was like The Office or whatever, they'd just reshoot the shot real quick, but they left it. But I kind of liked it. It kind of, I don't know, it was like nostalgic to see that style of sitcom.
Right on. I really do like single cameras, though, man. We just started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it's pretty fantastic.
Oh yeah, we just started, that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been wanting to watch that because the guy from Michael Schur.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only like 5 episodes in, but it seems pretty good so far. But I know a lot of people love it, and I assume it like gets even better.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely has a similar feel to like Parks and Rec, and they did The Good Place too, and
yeah, The Good Place.
so I mean, it's a strong group of people. And like all their guest stars are like the same guest stars from all the other shows.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty hilarious
so far.
The dude who played like the head of the warehouse in The Office.
Daryl?
Yes. He's like one of Jake's arch enemies. He's called the Toyota Bandit because he only steals Toyotas. Oh no, Pontiac. Pontiac Bandit. He only steals Pontiac.
That's funny. My favorite part so far is the guy from the state. It's like short and nerdy.
Yeah, his buddy.
Yeah.
That dude's something else, man.
He's so good in whatever he's in. I just really like.
He's fantastic.
And your main man Andre Braugher's in there.
Oh my god, dude. I love him so much. I'm so sad that he died. Like I cannot. Like I still kind of hurt.
Was the show still going when he died, or?
No. The show ended, I think, at 21.
It ended that long ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't it on for like 6 or 7 years or something?
It was on for 8 years, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I feel like it's like a new show that I'm like, oh, I've been meaning to get into that now.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I mean that's kind of how I am with everything. I mean, how far behind am I on Modern Family? And I'm like, oh, this is like feels new. And then I look at all the dates, and I was like 12 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? That one also ended, I think, in 21, which is crazy that one was on that long.
Yeah, I didn't hear any mention of Modern Family after like 2014 or something.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, like I don't have cable. I didn't see anyone talk about it, or like I knew it was. I heard it was still on at some point, but like I mainly
they were winning all kinds of Emmys all the time, right? And stuff.
The what?
Weren't they like winning Emmys all the time and stuff?
I think so. I think I felt like I read it was like critically acclaimed and like, you know, it got good ratings and, you know, all that. Like it was like an all around. It kind of like Friends, but not as extreme. Like it was just a show that, you know, was really popular that most people liked.
Right. It was on longer than Friends. Ooh, burn.
Isn't that crazy? I wonder how many episodes though compared, because they used to do more episodes. But Modern had a lot of episodes in their seasons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I think they had like 22 or 23.
That's wild to think. And that show, I Think You Should Leave, has like 6 episodes that are 15 minutes each. That's basically like 3 or 4 sitcom episodes. And like I see that on Reels and on like videos online more than almost any show.
I mean, I definitely feel like I'm like kind of in, I don't know, like on one hand it's cool when there's a lot of episodes to a show, but then also like it's really nice when there's only like 10 episodes in a season because they can get down to the nitty gritty of the story and not have a lot of random filler and like try to do stuff that they'll forget about like 5 years later or something.
Oh, exactly, 100%. I think that's why I like podcasts too. Is the creators allowed to tell the story how they want. They don't, you know, like Beverly Hillbillies used to have like 30 something episodes a season, and once you do that, you're just doing a formula. You're like asking the actors what like talents they have, and if they can play guitar, then you do an episode about one of them playing guitar. It gets formulaic. And Faulty Towers I saw was one of the first I saw like this, but there was like I forget how many seasons, like
probably not. Oh, seasons? Yeah, there was a bunch of those, but they only had like a couple episodes a year,
say there was, unless they had seasons later, the DVD or wherever I watched it, I think there was 2 seasons, and there was like I think it was like 6, 12 episodes a season.
Oh, crazy. I felt like that show was on forever. Maybe it's just always been reruns forever.
I think it was reruns, or maybe like it said the complete series and then they came out with more or something like that. But I was I was reading about it, and it was considered like the #1 British comedy by some magazine. And it had like, the least episodes of any of those. So it's like, and then like Band of Brothers is a good example too. It's not really television, but if you look up like highest rated TV shows on IMDb, for like a decade it was like the highest rated, and it was only 10 episodes.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I loved it so much.
So
I want to see that new one that they're doing about the B-17 bombers.
Did you see the other one, the Pacific?
Pacific, I watched most of it. I think I still have like 2 or 3 episodes left to do that I never finished it.
Was it good?
It was pretty good. It wasn't what I was expecting. So I was kind of hoping for more of like Band of Brothers, but like they did a lot of stuff where they'd have like episodes that involved like the soldier's family, and like so you see home life, and then they'd go off randomly and not be part of the squad, so you kind of see them like outside. I don't know. It was weird how it played out, because it was like I was hoping for more of the soldier feel. I know they were trying to go from a different perspective, but they had like more main characters in Pacific, if that makes sense. And so you saw more of their family life versus it being about a group of soldiers.
Okay. Yeah, it seemed.
I didn't dislike it. It just was different and not what I was expecting.
Gotcha. It's
also,
on.
I haven't finished it. I'm sorry, what?
I was just gonna say it's on my list to watch, but I'm never like, ooh, I want to watch this. Like it just.
Yeah, sure.
It didn't like excite me.
Yeah, the new one with the B-17 bombers. Like I love B-17, so I absolutely want to watch that.
Yeah. And they're all HBO, right?
The new one is Apple TV, actually. It's not HBO, which is a little frustrating. I don't have an Apple TV at all.
Gotta get Apple.
I mean, everybody wants me to have everything.
Isn't Apple like the most expensive one, or am I incorrect on that?
No, I don't think Apple is. I think Apple's like 10 or something.
Jeez.
I feel like Amazon's more expensive now.
How much is Amazon?
I think it's like $160 a year or something.
$160 a year.
Yeah.
God dang.
Netflix is getting up there.
Oh, Netflix. Yeah, my buddy let me get Paramount Plus to finish Cheers because they only had the first 4 seasons. So I've been watching. I haven't seen a lot of shows on Paramount Plus that I want to see, but they have probably the most movies of any streaming service.
Yeah, they got a lot of movies.
So many movies.
I watch Star Trek on there a lot.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Do you watch them chronologically, or you just...
Well, so we haven't watched any of the old ones yet. We started the first episode of the original one because they like went back and like redid all the special effects and stuff in them.
Really? Like George Lucas?
Yeah, I think they went less George Lucas-y about it though. They just tried to clean it up so it didn't look as cheesy, like a model flying across a black background.
Like the original Star Trek?
Yeah, from the 60s, yeah.
Oh, I like that though.
I mean, and you can. I'm sure you can still find the original somewhere, but on Paramount they have the new HD version.
Interesting.
But I mean, like it looked really nice. Like it still looked like the effects were not day's effects, but they look clean, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, they tried to keep it true to the original version. It was just...
Gotcha. I think with stuff, like, I have to get used to it. Whenever I don't see it often, but occasionally I'll watch something somewhere, and it's like so different from what I'm used to that it's like distracting.
Gotcha.
But maybe one day. And
I think what's also interesting, at least for them redoing effects for Star Trek, which of course, like, a lot of, the purists are like, oh gosh, like, why would you do that? Gar. But then I'm like, I haven't seen Star Trek in, like, the original series in, like, 30 years. And what I expect it to look like versus what it actually looks like is vastly different.
What do you mean?
Because, like, I think back, I'm like, all right, it probably looked pretty decent, even though it's the 60s, and then I actually see, like, an episode from the 60s, and I'm like, oh, no, this is not great. So, it should definitely be, like, updated. So, the fact, at least for me, I think it's kind of cool that they updated it, but
I like...
try to keep true to the original series, where I feel like Lucas was like, I'm changing everything. Whoa!
He said it like that?
That's what Lucas sounds like.
With his goiter. His goiter makes that sound.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like Star Trek and Doctor Who are one of those few things where like some of it's kind of really cheesy and bad, but that's partly why I enjoy it. And then there's like brilliant stories in there that you don't really see just watching a couple episodes. You have to watch like a bunch of to kind of get it. And that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of the charm of both. That being said, if it's not noticeable, it's probably fine. Like the changes.
We definitely dig the Doctor.
Yeah, we're watching that one too.
Are you watching the old ones or the new ones?
The new ones. I don't think I have a way to watch the old ones.
Right on.
And from what I know about it, it wasn't until like, and I'd say new, it's like 20 years old now. But before that, it was just like kind of like a mini series and special, right? It wasn't like actual season.
It was weird because in the original series, like with the old school crew from like the 60s to the 80s, it was like half-hour episodes. And yeah, they basically do like 4 to 6 stories like in a story, or 4 or 6 episodes in a story. And then like that would, you get like 2 or 3 of those a year, I think. And then when they came back in the 2000s, they started doing like 10 episode seasons. But then they also did miniseries. So like they'd have like random specials that were like an hour and a half long. That would just pop up like usually around the holidays and stuff.
Yeah, I like the old ones. I haven't seen that much, but I'm also like OCD about stuff, and it's easy to watch a season in order or like a movie.
Yeah.
Than like to watch like random miniseries and try to figure out where it fits in, and like it just. And I haven't really had that many options to watch the old ones. Like I don't see them anywhere.
Gotcha.
But I would like to see them. Same with Star Trek. Like I'd be interested in checking out the other Star Treks, but I still haven't finished the original, which I really, really like. But it's never like at the top of my list of like I want to watch
Right on.
this. But
Strange New Worlds is amazing. Like, I love that so much.
is that the animated one or?
No, it's the new one about Christopher Pike. So it's the crew before Captain Kirk on the Enterprise.
Okay.
And so Captain Pike was like the captain before Kirk. He's the one who was the captain in the original pilot in the 60s. And then they reworked it to bring Kirk in after that. This is his story. It's, there's some characters that like merge between Strange New Worlds and the original. So Uhura is on there, Spock, Scotty's on there sometimes. Just random ones will pop up, but like basically a whole different crew besides them running the Enterprise.
Mm.
But he's so flippin' cool, dude. And he's a chef, and the music's amazing, and the cinematography's so good, and the Enterprise was amazing. Like they basically kept it like the original Enterprise, but just kind of jazzed it up a little bit.
Okay.
So stuff looks a little bit different. Like it's like an updated version of the original Enterprise, and it's like so beautiful. I mean, at least for me. Again, a lot of diehard fans hate it because they hate everything, but I like it.
Do they have any of the characters of Stranger Things on there?
No, but I see why you asked that. It has the word strange in it.
Well, that dude.
They also don't have any of the characters from Doctor Strange either.
That dude does look like Captain Kirk.
Mike?
He's like a more attractive version.
Yeah, all right. His hair is amazing.
Yeah, he's got nice hair.
They call it Pike's Peak.
In the show?
No, just all the fans do.
Oh,
It gets
man.
so high.
Where do you
I
watch
thought
it?
it was clever. On Paramount.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount usage.
Did we talk about the Orville? Have you watched that?
I don't know if we talked about the Orville. That was really great.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know it gets better. We only saw a couple episodes. It was all right, but I know that I feel like someone said like by the third season it's really great.
Yeah, no, it's really weird. It goes from crazy weird comedy in the first season to like actual hardcore Star Trek show by the end of the second season. And then the third season was just really rocking.
Crazy.
It's also like everybody like all the fans of that show are like, dude, come back, like make more episodes. And they're like, it's really expensive and it sucks to write it and we're probably gonna be done.
Oh,
Nobody's
really?
actually said it's canceled. Yeah. But, like all the creative team is kind of like,
Why do they make those weird noises?
I don't know. It's kind of giving people hope though. They're like, oh, it's a hopeful weird noise you're making.
I like it.
Is it? Maybe it's not hopeful.
It's kind of like Mindhunter. A lot of fans want more of that.
I have not watched that.
It's good.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
That's what's his butt show, right?
Venture.
Yeah, I heard he stopped it though, right?
Yeah, I think it was the same thing where it was like it was too expensive and too fast. And I don't remember the details, but I feel like he wasn't getting the budget he wanted and he wasn't gonna like fight it, and it was just like, we'll stop. I have no interest in finishing it.
Right on.
Did you see his new one? It might be on Netflix too.
I don't know if I've seen it before.
The Killer or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no.
I did not like it.
Cool.
Like, I was, like, if you
Did
see
you let him know? Did you call him up? You're like, what's the five, Dave?
I have been emailing him daily. No, it's, you know how, like, what's that one, the Panic Room or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, you hear the idea of it, and you're like, oh, this is going to be like his Rear Window or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, this one is just like, it's like a film noir style, like, pretty simple. Dude just listened to the same band, the Smiths, all the time. And you're like, oh, cool, this is like film noir. And it's
wait.
like,
Is Don Cheadle in that?
oh shit, I don't remember anything. I was just like bored out of my mind. I saw it right when it came out. Let me look it up.
Because I think there was a Fincher movie that they filmed in Michigan last year, a couple years ago. And we were like freaking out because they were filming right on Michigan Ave, like across the street from our office.
Oh, really?
And
no, he's not in it. Michael Fassbender,
okay.
Tilda Swinton, Arliss Howard. Yeah, man, I don't remember anything about it. I was so bored watching. I was like cleaning and doing other stuff.
My bad. That was Stephen Sondheim. Not Sondheim. Stephen, shoot.
Stephen King.
No, who did Ocean's movies?
Even
Look at the Ocean's movies, dude.
I know who you're talking about. I should know his last name. Is it Steven though? Oh, I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Starts with an S, right? It's not Stephen Sondheim.
Steven.
Oh my God, dude.
Soderbergh.
Soderbergh. Thank you. God, dude, I'm getting old. Shoot.
I think I love his stuff. I think he's one of the most underrated directors. I mean, he's not like underrated, but like I enjoy his films immensely. Like I try to watch all of them.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. I heard it wasn't that great.
Which one?
But it took place in the one with Don Cheadle that they were filming across from our office.
Oh yeah, it was okay.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I wasn't like it had some funny moments, and it was like the laundromat or something.
Okay, it took place like in the 60s or something, right?
Yeah. There was some good moments. I was a little disappointed, but I was excited for that.
Did you see me in the background?
Were you in it?
No. Our office building was, but I'm guessing since it was the 1960s, they did not film our building, since our building is 2020.
No Sudden Move. No, yeah, I mean, it was one of those that was like, it was like somewhat entertaining, but it was kind of just meh. That was one of the few of his that I wasn't as into, but like, Unsane, I really, really like that one.
I have not seen that one.
It was one that kind of went under the radar, like you don't hear about it.
I think the last movie of his I saw was Logan Lucky.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that was great.
That was really fun. That was one that I probably rated lower than I actually should have. Like, I really...
Well, can you re-rate it?
I could.
Are you talking about on Letterboxd? Get on there right now. Get on there right now and re-rate it.
5 out of. I think I gave it 4.5, but I don't know if it quite gets a 5, but it's close for me. It's one of those that's like really fun to watch. I'm trying to think. I can't remember if I saw The Laundromat. I feel like I started watching that. Oh, Behind the Candelabra was amazing.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't seen that yet. It's on my list.
It's so good. It's so good. And then Magic Mike, I thought since it was so popular, it would be great, even though I don't really care about male strippers. But apparently the sequel, at least on Letterboxd, the sequel I think has higher ratings.
I saw they're doing a third one of those too, but it's supposed to be really bad.
It looks like he's doing the third one.
Soderbergh is?
Yeah. He already did it. Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Holy crap, seriously?
Yeah.
He didn't do the second one, right?
No.
I heard the third one was not good. I mean, not that I've seen any of them, so I have no comparison. But I find Channing Tatum to be pretty humorous.
I mean, he's good if you like him.
Good? Yes, I like him.
Yeah.
He hasn't been offensive to me in any way.
I really like The Informant a lot.
Oh, dude, I still haven't seen that. Shoot.
I think
I'm way behind on everything.
It's really good.
What's his butt, right?
Yeah, it's I think it's Matt Damon's best, one of his best, if it's not his best performance.
Really? I heard it did not get good reviews, though.
Yeah, I don't get it. I liked it a lot.
Bro?
It's one of those that, like, I don't understand why it got bad reviews. Like, I liked it. And it seems like it's a film that would get good reviews regardless of what I think about it. But Contagion, I don't know how you pronounce that.
I don't know.
Contagion.
I saw a trailer for Informant, and I thought it was one of the best trailers I've ever seen. It looked hilarious.
It was I enjoyed it a lot. Contagion,
oh yeah, dude. That got a lot of airtime when COVID came out.
Yeah, it's funny. We watched it right after COVID. I just put it on because I was like, oh, a Steven Soderbergh movie I haven't seen yet. And I don't even remember it really coming out. Like,
oh, that came out in like 12 or 13, right?
2011.
Wow.
And
it's got a pretty stellar cast, though.
Oh yeah, it's got Lawrence Fishburne, Matt Damon, Elliot Gould, Jude Law. I'm reading it. I don't remember all these. Kate Winslet, Bryan Cranston, Gwyneth Paltrow. What's funny about it is we were watching it, and Sarah was like, got a call from one of her friends, and she's like, "Oh, we're watching this movie that's about COVID." I was like, "No, it came out a decade before almost."
Right.
But it's exactly like there's so many similarities, which I mean, like any pandemic, but good.
That's hilarious. Maybe Steven Soderbergh made COVID happen.
Oh man, his first film came out in 1989. I forgot he was that old.
His first what?
His first film came out in 1989.
Oh, I would have thought it was before that. Crazy. All right.
You thought it was before that?
Yeah. I don't know. He's been around forever. Was he a cinematographer or something before he was a director?
Oh, you
I feel
loved
like
him.
he worked with some other people, huh?
You loved him on Out of Sight, right?
Oh, what?
You loved Out of Sight, right?
I did. I still do. It's great. It's a great movie.
You loved it then, you love it now, and you'll love it forever.
Forever, amen.
I don't know if he started. I feel like they all start that way, right? I mean, kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
Not all of them, but.
Did he have any connection with the Coens at all, or no?
Oh, I don't. Did he?
I don't know. I feel like so many random people do.
Yeah, there is a couple of directors that started with the Coens, right?
Yeah.
Who's that one guy?
The dude did Men in Black. He was their cinematographer or something for a while, wasn't he?
Barry.
Yeah. Levinson?
Was it Barry Levinson or Barry Sonnenfeld?
Did you say Barry Seinfeld?
No, Sonnenfeld.
Oh, Sonnenfeld. Yeah, you're right.
It was Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, man. I kind of want to watch his new movie about Pop-Tarts. That's got a killer cast.
Movie about Pop-Tarts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be good.
He directed it. Oh, I'm not saying it'll be good, but the cast looks amazing.
It's so weird. There's even like a lot of Seinfeld fans that are basically like, I don't like his stand-up. I love his show. I don't really care for comedians in cars getting coffee. And they're just like, I just like his show. Otherwise, I don't.
Is that you? Are you one of those people?
No, like I appreciate his comedy because I think to appreciate his comedy, you have to have been around during that time, seen stand up, and realize like he kind of started a new type of comedy, or at least popularized it. You know, like objective or whatever they call it. Like you didn't really see that much until he got popular.
Yeah.
And I don't think his like comedy is like laugh out loud, but I think it's all good, at least before Seinfeld and during Seinfeld. After that, I haven't really seen, like when he's interviewed on stuff, like he doesn't ever say anything funny to me.
He seems kind of angry about a bunch of stuff.
Is he?
I don't know.
I never see him angry about stuff.
Hey, dude, I just got to my stepmom's house, so I got to jump out and party hard for a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Tell your stepmom and your brother and your sister hello.
I will. It's good chatting with you, brother.
Yeah, you too. And tell you know what? While you're at it, sometimes tell the rest of your family hello too.
Oh yeah, hey, you tell your family hi. Give them some high fives and stuff.
I don't have time for that actually, but if I do.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, I'm glad that the feeling is there.
I'll put it on my to-do list.
Rock and roll.
Not like my main to-do list, but my second to-do list. Like once I get more free time.
Rock on, dude.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep. Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.